Hi there, crypto fans. Hi there, remote viewing fans. Dick Allgire here in my office at Ethereum Place. Jordan Finiseth is joining me, and this is the day we've been waiting for. This is going to be so much fun because I'm meeting for the first time our three new friends that are taking part in the Crypto Beginners Challenge. We are going to pay each of them $2,000. That will be their own money for them to invest in cryptos, to teach them about crypto investing, and we get to follow along as they do it. So they're going to learn about how to buy cryptos, how to set up an account, and we're going to watch their investment grow. So we're going to meet them now. We have Pearl joining us. Hi, Pearl.
Hi.
We have Jack.
Hello.
And the guy I was pulling for, Javier. Hi, Javier.
How you doing?
It's good to meet all three of you. I looked at everybody's videos, and for those of you who are watching, if you didn't make the cutoff, I'm so sorry. I wanted to give money to everybody, but that just wasn't possible. And I looked at all the videos, and it was really hard. I didn't make the final decision. We had other members of our team. We actually used AI, but we've got three good people. Pearl, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, goodness. Well, what I do now is I'm a Pilates instructor and master trainer. So I teach people Pilates, or I teach instructors how to become, Pilates teachers. That's probably where I spend most of my time. I teach a little bit online in a graduate program at a university. Yeah, that's me.
Great to meet you. Pilates, that's good. My wife would probably love to have you come. She does yoga every morning. She's got a personal trainer. Jack, how are you? What do you do?
Doing good. So I am a freshman at the University of South Florida. I'm 19 years old, and I am majoring in business management. And I'm looking to just learn more about cryptos, learn more about investing. It is, a big opportunity for me to be able to do this. So here I am.
Do you have any experience, Jack, with cryptos?
Not really. My father, he's very interested in it. He actually loves your channel. And so I am trying to learn from him as well. But, he said to learn from the best. So
Do you have friends at the university that are into cryptos? What's your age group like?
there's a couple who are interested in stocks. I have not heard too much about cryptos from them, though.
Cryptos are better than stocks. That's my opinion. I've been in both. Pearl, what was your experience with cryptos? What do you know about cryptos?
I know how to spell crypto.
You're
That's
perfect.
about all I know.
We
I
we
mean,
love
I've
that.
heard,
That's what we want, is we want total beginners.
yeah,
All right,
I've heard the
Javier,
lingo, yeah.
tell us about yourself.
Well, my jobs are never anything to be proud of. It's usually like the typical warehouse jobs, driving jobs. But I do. I'm an artist, like freelance. Whenever I get a chance, and I just. Oh God, I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. We're just talking to friends here.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
cool.
my passion is really just films, cartoons, just animation. I would just love to, follow that dream and do whatever I can to, throw my hand in. Oh, what's that term? Where you just like try my hand at take. Oh, God, I'm so sorry, man. This is my first time ever being like on any sort of YouTube or broadcast or anything, but. Uh,
Hey, no problems, no worries. What do you know about cryptos?
Oh, very like base level stuff. I mean, I've watched one of my buddies kind of invest a few years back, and then he raised it up to like about $40,000 and cashed out, paid off some bills. I just know very surface level stuff, like whatever I was able to learn from watching future forecast videos, and uh yeah, it just seems very, very exciting. I mean, I am totally like on board with this future that is that we're going into, this whole digital currency projected future, the switching over of the financial
What
system. I'm like, I've known this was coming for decades, but it was just now that we're kind of close to that edge, it's, oh God, I feel like I don't want to be one of these people that's, left in the dust.
Yeah. Well, you're in there. I saw your video and I thought, man, I have a good feeling about this guy. So
Yeah, I'm
take a deep
excited about
breath,
all having.
Javier. Relax. You'll get more comfortable here.
I'm excited
Okay,
about having all
so
of you here because you guys are all. You're really like a perfect example. Like one of the reasons I got into crypto was because I saw that it was one of the best opportunities, at least for my generation and the younger ones, especially, to make money. Now you mentioned stocks and stuff, but there's not really a lot of upside. Certain stocks, maybe AI stocks, but cryptos definitely offer that asymmetric upside opportunity. And right now, the sentiment's definitely like in the gutter. But we mentioned it before in the pre-talk. This is the perfect time to get into cryptos because the prices are as low as you're probably ever going to see them for moving forward. Sentiment's low. You got us on here. We got our crypto list with lots of really top-notch cryptos. Again, there's 35 million different cryptos now. I think there was 8,000 when I first started. So it's gotten significantly harder to find the right ones. That's what we're here to do. Walk you through the process, get set up, learn the ins and outs, the different lingo that's involved with crypto, because there is a lot. The more I talk about it, the more I realize there's a lot to learn about cryptos. But yeah, we want to document this, so not just for you guys, but for everybody out there that is on the fence about cryptos or looking from afar. We're kind of giving you a guided tour into the crypto land that we took 8 years to learn. You're gonna get it in a few weeks. So yeah, I'm excited about this.
And I should mention, I didn't introduce Jordan to the audience here. Jordan is my partner at Future Forecasting Group, and Jordan is the expert researcher on cryptos, like what blockchains do, what the developers do. I mean, the inside nuts and bolts of cryptos. Jordan is our go-to guy there. Okay, so we
Very
had you
wonderful,
all.
Jordan.
Have you all made your accounts with the broker?
Yes.
So you all have accounts at Caleb and Brown. Let me do a screen share and just take the people that are watching that aren't familiar.
And you guys
through this.
can check your account to see the money might already be there. We initiated those deposits earlier after we got your confirmations. So yeah, you can check and see if the money's there.
Okay, let me show you my screen here. I'm not going to show you my account, but this is what we had them do. We had them go to Caleb and Brown, which is a broker that we're affiliated with in Australia. And in 2018, somebody told me about Caleb and Brown, and I hadn't heard about it. I was trying to do it through exchanges, and somebody said, no, Caleb and Brown is this broker, and they have white glove service. And I was really hesitant to make an account. But what you do is let me go back here. There's the homepage for Caleb and Brown. And over here it says sign up. So you all did that.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
What was your experience, Pearl, what did you have to go through? Were you familiar with KYC, know your customer, like what had to be done?
No, but it wasn't that difficult. I just had to upload some specific information.
You
I had to
you
make a
uploaded like
picture
your
of
driver's license?
my driver's license and a copy of a bank statement to prove my address. So it's pretty straightforward. If you know how to upload documents, you can do it.
So Jack, you are digital native. You're a Gen Z. Probably wasn't too hard for you to figure that out. You got uploaded with Caleb and Brown.
Yeah, it
No.
was very, very easy. I'm more tech savvy, yeah. So it was not very difficult. And
got
I
the-
feel like most people could do it, even if you're not in my generation.
Yeah. So you just go in and you write your name, you give them your email address, you make a password, and then they're going to ask you for, what did you have to send, Javier?
I just set in my driver's license info. Just filled out very basic information. I'd say the most difficult part was deciding. Well, it was easy, but I just felt like the part where it kind of asks you how much you intend to invest, how much you intend to trade on a quarterly basis, annually, or are you going to do it every week? Like it's just little things like that where you kind of have to know more or less what you plan to do with the crypto. But
Yeah. So you did You didn't say I'm a day trader. I'm going to do $100,000 volume a day, and
Yeah. Just so, like some of those questions are it's more for them to get a better idea of who you are and what you're going to be doing. Are you a whale client that they're going to treat extra special? Or, yeah, just kind of clarify things for them. But yeah, as you're talking about this, I'm taking back, Dick. Like, do you remember having to send copies of our passport and taking a picture from your camera with your passport holding it? I'm lying. It's a lot simpler than it used to be back in the day. That's for sure.
I remember doing it thinking, should I be uploading my personal information online to a site that somebody told me about on the internet? I was a friend of a friend on the I didn't even know the person that told me, let alone I'd never heard of this place. And I was going, man, is this safe? Should I be doing this? But it is.
It works. What you guys experienced is the benefit of years of trial and error. Like the only way to onboard billions of people into crypto is to make the onboarding process easier. And you guys got a taste of that. It was simple. I just had to upload this in a document and it's good. Yeah, it was hoops and several days back in the day just to get on a certain exchange. So yeah, it's definitely coming along, and I'm glad you all got onboarded.
When I bought my first cryptos, there were no exchanges. I didn't know about Caleb and Brown. There were no exchanges in Hawaii that would let me do business with them because of the regulations back then. So I was finding this place called Local Bitcoin, where you would find a seller in your area and see if they had like 5-star ratings or if they'd done 10 sales that people gave a thumbs up. And I would actually go meet people at coffee shops with a envelope full of money and do it like that. It was like crazy, crazy, crazy.
Along
Yeah, and the reason we really recommend crypto or brokers, not exchanges, is just has to do with especially being able to access the funds and sell your funds when you want. Historically, like I'm able to put higher orders on like a Coinbase, even if it's 100% above the current price. But Coinbase, Kraken, all these different exchanges have a history of going down, especially when the market really starts getting hot when demand is up. And so even if I put these sell orders on my Coinbase account, if people can't log in, they can't get in to buy it. So like there's nobody going to be there to fill that order. Whereas with Caleb and Brown or Uptrade, they're connected with all like a myriad of exchanges across, whether it's Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, over in the UK, EU. And that way they have access to every order book and can sell your tokens right when you ask it to at that price with little slippage, which means the price doesn't move very much. If you have just one exchange, I can go on Coinbase maybe, but if it's a token that doesn't have a lot of liquidity, I could try and sell it and make the price go down just by selling a larger position. We avoid that with brokers. That's one of the reasons that we had you guys sign up with brokers, and we really push that out there to people. And it's just a better service. You get kind of a concierge service. They take care of you. That's just a little background on the
Yeah.
broker.
Well, our goal is to have all three of you turn this into 30, 40, 100,000, like a substantial amount of money. And there will come a day in a few months or maybe next year when you'll go, wow, I'm going to take some of this out. And we'll take you through the steps where you will get a hold of your broker at Caleb Brown. You'll connect to your bank and they'll wire the money to you and you'll be going, yeehaw. All right. So Jack, have you ever wired money before from a bank? I would assume not.
I have
You've done
not.
a
No.
bank wire? So how are we transmitting the money to them, Jordan?
It's already been sent.
To their personal accounts?
Yep.
So you guys have
John from Numeratus helped handle that. They gave their information when they submit their applications and finalize the contract.
So it's their responsibility to wire the money to Caleb and Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because you have to, with the brokers, especially KYC and AML, it's know your customer and anti-money laundering laws. You have to send money to a brokerage firm from a bank account with the same exact name as you have on the brokerage firm to avoid like trying to launder money and stuff like that. So yeah, we have to send it to them and then they send it over to Caleb and Brown.
The first time I went to do this, I went to my bank, and my wife and I had a long association with the bank, but I took in, okay, you'll get the wiring instructions from Caleb and Brown. We can help you. They give you the bank routing number, the address, this whole list of information, the agent, on and on and on. But you go to the bank and the person doing the wire says, "Mr. Allgire, why are you sending this money?" And they said, "Do you know who this is?" I go, "Yeah, I do." They thought I was being scammed, and they were really raising an eyebrow, like, "Do you know this person?" I go, "Yeah, I'm totally do." "And what is this for?" I said, "Well, I'm investing in property in Australia." And they go, "Are you now?" So I never use the word cryptocurrency in a bank wire. Just say, "I'm investing, I know what I'm doing, this is all legit, it's all good." So, once you, get the money wired to Caleb and Brown, you will see it in your account as US dollars, and then the fun begins. Um, we want you to we have a list. Let me put this up. Tell us about the list while I get this screen share done,
Yeah, so we've
Jordan.
been CryptoViewing was the original. Our website was called CryptoViewing originally. That was Dick, and they would remote view different cryptocurrency tokens. It actually started more as a process of documenting the transition to a global digital economy, which is what we're underway now. A lot of the wars and stuff going on in the background. They're reshaping nation states and trying to get us all to become digital automatons. So we all have our own little blockchain, a wallet. Instead of having to be governed by counties and stuff, we'll be governed individually based on our online. So they started doing different remote views of different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, back in the day, some of the popular ones. And over time, they started to compile those into a list. And then there was another remote viewing team actually kind of behind the scenes I don't know if they were based in Europe, but they also kind of reviewed a lot of different tokens and got together the ones that they thought were promising. We kind of combined our list together to find the ones that were similar. And that made the first list that made the first set of millionaires back in 2021 after that first bear market. And then it's grown over time. Now we do still use a lot of the remote viewing ones, but we've added on our crypto mastermind sessions, which is me, Dick, and Michael, and somebody from Uptrade, where we talk to about 2 or 3 tokens every week, tokens that are upcoming, that are kind of the best of the bunch, whether it's from different sectors, real world asset tokenization, or layer one blockchains, anything like that. We
Okay,
bring them on, we review them, and now we've compiled them into a list, kind of giving them ranking of as far as risk goes. And in our mastermind sessions, we discuss possible price points in the future that they'll reach, this is all the information that we're going to be sharing with you to help you choose which token you want, kind of set your price, your sell orders. Again, that's part of the process, not just leaving it, waiting for it to pump. You're going to find out what price you want to sell that token on. You're going to go to Caleb Brown. You're going to tell him, "I want to sell this token at this price," and you're just going to leave it, and you're not going to do anything, and you're going to wait for that to fill. So that's
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna share the screen now. So at our site, which is ffgrv.com, and that's the main page, ffgrv.com, Future Forecasters. We have, let me scroll down. You can see the 200 plus millionaires crypto list. This is also technical analysis fundamental too, isn't it, Jordan? It's not just remote viewing. These are,
yeah.
how many cryptos are there in the world? There's like
35 million.
Okay, and we've narrowed it down to like 80
No,
or
there's about
so.
105 on the list now, and it's slowly growing just because we don't always just review the cryptos we've done in the past. Sometimes we add new ones, but 100, 105, 110 is a lot easier than 36.6 million, which are currently on
Sure.
CoinMarketCap.
So that will be good for you to look at the list. Oh, let me share this again. And another useful bit of information is the Jordan mentioned this, the crypto mastermind, where every week we look at 3 tokens, and some of the good ones we just looked at were Red, Canton. We did XRP. You click on crypto masterminds, and then yeah, there's a bunch of those you can watch. Crypto masterminds, and that shows you the potential. So basically, what are we what's our advice to them, Jordan, to get one or two? Are they going to go all in on one? I mean, it's up to them, but
Well, we can't really tell them what to do. We're not investment advisors. We're here to guide you. Michael, prefer you guys have one. I like, oh, see, the problem with having one token in crypto bull market is that not all the tokens run at once. So your token might start going off, or like you're going to be holding one token, and then five other tokens are going to be like 100% up, 200% up, and you're like, oh my god, I need to sell this token to buy that token. And then you start, it's called coin hopping. You start chasing you start chasing the gains, but usually by the time it's come on anybody's radar, the price has gone up. The gains are gone. Like 70% of the gains are probably gone. When you have a couple or more bigger spread, you can kind of, there's a chance that one will run the other if the other one's kind of staying still. But if you have just one, you got to sit there and wait and watch it, which can be a challenge. But we're here to guide you, encourage you. Like,
Yeah.
don't sell it. But that's that. It's up to you. Michael wants one. I'm like two. Brennan was like three. It depends on
go
you.
with three.
Yeah,
I'd
Michael.
go with three.
Dick's like, put 1,000 in one and 500 in two other ones. It's up to you. We're here to talk with you about that. Again, we can't tell you what to do, but it's up to you. And if you took none of our recommendations and you go off list, that's fine. Because if you don't do well, we'll be like, see, you should have picked for our list. That's all part of the learning process. And we're just here documenting the journey. You know, there are lots of people out there that have the bad journeys, good journeys. We're here to record that and guide you through it. And if you guys are open to it, we'll kind of lead you to the promised land, so to speak.
Yeah, there are coins of the moment that are meme coins or pump and dump that really serve no purpose. And people hear about this. Oh, I just heard about the schnitzel coin. I'm going to put all in on that. And it's like, no, 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 no. You want coins that have a purpose, like XRP, HBAR, XLM, SUI. I don't want to name too many because I don't want to be pushing you in one direction. But look at the ones on the list and find, you'll start to understand it. Any of you have any in mind? Pearl, have you any heard of that? Like, wow, what about? Or
I'm
are you
sure
totally new to it?
if I talked to my kids, I probably could get some thoughts, but I was waiting to learn from you all. So point me in the direction to learn what all these terms mean.
You know what we should do, Jordan, is when they still have a little bit of time to get that money wired to Caleb and Brown. We should do just a general guide to some of the tokens, like what does Bitcoin do? What does Ethereum do? What is XRP? What is HBAR? What is SUI? What is Canton?
Well, here's just a beginner, because Michael keeps asking this question. Does anybody know what the difference between a coin and a token is? A coin, okay, so Bitcoin. What's a Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a blockchain. It's a layer one blockchain. It's all in its own ecosystem. Bitcoin coin tokens operate on top of the Bitcoin network. Bitcoin is a coin. Ethereum is a coin. It has its own network. It operates on it. Chainlink is a token that operates on top of Ethereum. So Chainlink can operate without another blockchain. It needs a blockchain to operate on top of. Therefore, it's a token. Like with Ethereum, they're called ERC20 tokens. It's a Ethereum token standard. So that's the basic definition between what's the difference between a coin and the difference between a token. Coins have their own network, so it's a Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP is a coin because it has its own network, and there's other tokens that operate on top of them. So that's just a
So
base
go
understanding,
ahead.
yeah.
I was
And
going
so
to ask, so is it more secure to be with the coins or the tokens, or does it matter?
even right now, how Dick said, use case, a lot of tokens don't necessarily have an applicable use case in the real world, but layer one token or coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they do currently, especially those two and other layer ones, because other platforms operate on top of them. So like we hear decentralized finance or DeFi. It's not it's not located on any one chain. All the chains together comprise this decentralized finance. But in order to operate any of the apps that are in there, you have to be on a blockchain. So like Aave is a lending platform. that operates on top of Ethereum. When you transact on the Aave platform, you pay gas fees in the Ethereum token.
Mm.
But
But
every
Jordan, you've
I know.
lost them already.
I know. I'm like,
You're
oh yeah.
speaking a language. I remember when I got into cryptos and I heard people talking like this. I went, "What frigging language is this? I don't understand this."
Yes.
Let me put it in very basic terms. There's some people can make a blockchain token that they could call it the Dick token. You know, I made my own token and I get 15 of my friends to put money in and it goes up. It doesn't do anything. It has no function. But if people invest money in it, it looks like it goes up. There are some tokens that are meme tokens, like Shiba Inu. Really doesn't do much, but it got really popular. The price is 0.1000005. It's like basically worthless. There are some tokens that actually have the financial system is going to be using those, like XRP. It's going to be used to transmit money. HBAR is going to be used in the financial system for all kinds of things, and you'll learn that little by little. One thing you'll want to consider is like, I like having some Bitcoin, but with $2,000, Bitcoin is $67,000 today, so $2,000 will buy you 0.029 of a Bitcoin. That's just a little bit. And for you to double your money to go from $4,000 to or 2,000 to 4,000, Bitcoin would have to go to 130,000, 130, yeah. Which it will, but if you get the smaller tokens, you want one that's gonna go 10, 20, 40x.
Yeah, those are called asymmetric opportunities, where the risk you can put in $1,000 and turn it into $100,000, versus a linear opportunity, which is kind of up. And now that's the whole goal of us, to try and help you all find good asymmetric opportunities and prove to people that you can turn $1,000, even $500, $2,000 into life-changing money. And that's our goal here.
Yep.
And yeah, just to return, okay, looking to the future, returning to the whole crypto coins and tokens, every stock that's out there now, Apple stock, will eventually become a token. That's NFT stands for non-fungible token. That just means it's not copy. There's not another exact version of it out there. So every stock will be tokenized and put on a blockchain. So one day you'll be able to trade any stock inside of decentralized finance. And the big difference between the current system and what that will be is that you'll be able to have custody of it. It'll be in your control. Currently, people don't really control the stocks that they own. They're with the DTCC, and they can do whatever they want with them. They can they can make extra stocks. Like, there's the rehypothecation is making two stocks for one stock kind of a thing. There's 1 ounce of gold, but you have 2 claims on it. That's rehypothecation. With cryptocurrencies and putting stocks or anything on chain, that's the whole real world asset tokenization craze. That means you'll be able to buy Apple stock and put it in your digital wallet. You'll be able to, one day, the deed to your house will be tokenized, and you'll be able to hold it in your wallet. You'll be able to connect that wallet with JP Morgan and take a loan out against your deed to your house. That'll be locked in a smart contract, but JP Morgan doesn't hold it. You won't hold it. It'll be in a smart contract, which is like an unaffiliated third party. And as soon as you pay your interest on that loan, the token will be released to you. So it's kind of removing middlemen, in place of like smart contracts and technology, just to help the plumbings go easier and to keep people in control of their assets.
Everything in the world, the entire financial system, the whole system of commerce, of buying, selling, tracking things, authenticating things, legal agreements, energy usage, telecommunications, everything is eventually going to be tokenized, and it's all going to be run on blockchains. So what you're doing is, we're going to give you information where you're going to see some of the really good little tokens and blockchains that will have a function in this new system. And you're going to want to buy ones that are going to be like 15 cents, 2 cents, 35 cents, maybe $1.25, and then you're going to want to see those go
Yeah,
up.
like
So
as an example, I just mentioned the DTCC, which is a big player in finance. They're partnered with a token called Canton Network. CC and DTCC, Canton is CC, but they're partnered, and the DTC is going to work with Canton to tokenize treasuries on the Canton Network. So you're like, this is
okay,
the opportunity to invest in a
interject.
company that is working with one of the biggest financial players in the world, and kind of take any benefits that come along with that.
The Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, most people haven't heard about that. I didn't know about it before I get into this. The DTCC, the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, is the agency that secures and validates and pretty much governs all financial instruments in the US, all stocks, all the bonds, all the securities, all the derivatives, and they are partnering with this token called Canton. And Canton is currently what is about 17 cents.
It is, yeah, it is 15 and a half cents.
Yeah. I'm probably not financial advice, but I don't have any of that. I'm personally going to be buying some of that.
Same thing
So,
here with me. It's on my list. Yeah.
do you have
But
some
this
of
is
that?
an example.
Do you have
This is
that
an
one,
example.
Jordan?
Huh?
Do you have Canton?
No, not yet. I'm still waiting to shift some. I was waiting for the market to calm down. Like, I don't like to buy when everything's falling. I like to get a little bit more stability. But both Canton and Redstone, which is, I mentioned Chainlink earlier. It's an Oracle system, so it takes data from inside the blockchain ecosystem. What's the price of Bitcoin? And it takes it out there on Bloomberg and all those other channels when they're reporting price. Chainlink provides that data for them. There's a program, a protocol inside of Canton called Redstone, which is an Oracle built specifically for real world assets and institutions to help the price feeds on the Canton network. So yeah, I'm getting into the weeds again. Yeah.
We're glazing them over again. So, okay.
But
I think we're pretty much good for today. You guys have any questions? Javier, you having fun yet?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. This is like a dream come true, man. I'm sorry if I'm not like
Y-
as
You're going to
articulate
be
as
a
like I would
YouTube.
hope to be right now, but geez, yeah, I'll get over it by next time, man. I'm just
You're going to be a YouTube star by the end of this.
yeah, I just love you guys' segments, man. I always crack up when you guys mention something and call it like a shit coin or dog shit coin. Like I just yeah.
Yeah. Well, we want to keep you away from those. Good to go, Jack? You're gonna.
Yep, I'm all good.
Yeah. And Pearl, we'll try to keep too many of those technical terms.
well, I'll catch up on him especially if you give me a study guide.
You're a smart lady. You'll do
Yeah,
it.
we'll get it all together, and
Oh,
I'll work on the presentation. I know that can start when I start just spitting out crypto terms. It can get a little overwhelming. But I used to be a therapist. I have a good track. I have a good ability to explain difficult concepts to people. So we'll get you guys sorted, and you guys will be crypto experts before you know it.
And
Wow.
I was always a reporter, and I was never afraid to look stupid. Like if I'd be in a news conference and they'd be saying something I'd go, "Excuse me, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you tell me that in English?" So don't be afraid to do
Yeah,
that.
and
So
that's all part of the process. Feel free to jump in. If I say something you guys don't know what it means, say, Jordan, pause. What does that mean? Because you guys are beginners, and our whole point is to educate beginners up to advanced. So yeah.
you used the term oracle several times. An oracle in cryptos, let me see if I explain this right. It's one blockchain that interprets data from, like, if this blockchain needs to talk to this blockchain or to communicate data about a real world asset, the oracle is the translator that translates the blockchain. Did I say that right, Jordan?
Yeah, basically they handle transferring data from one source to the other across blockchains, across financial sectors, different things. And yeah, it's complicated. It's not sexy, but it's one of the most fundamental aspects of the ecosystem. Decentralized finance can't operate without a good oracle. So
Okay, so where do we stand right now? The money is in their account. They need to wire it to Caleb and Brown. So
Mhm.
over the next few days, like by the end of the week, you guys get the wiring instructions from your contact at Caleb and Brown, go to a bank and send the
Mm,
wire.
mm.
I don't what it cost probably cost you $50, $70. That's another thing. Once you realize how hard it is to send money from like Miami to uh, Melbourne, Australia through the current system, and you use like with cryptocurrencies, you don't need any permission. You can do it like that, and it costs a penny. Whereas a bank wire is like you got to fill out all this paperwork, you got to get permission. They charge you all this money. Cryptos are definitely the future. All right, we'll check back after you get your money. And nice to meet you all. Welcome. This is going to
Yeah.
be fun.
After this video, I'll make sure I get you guys' emails into our system on ffgrv.com and at the founders tier, so you can go log over there. Just go to ffgrv.com. In the top right corner, you'll see login. Give me 5-10 minutes after this, and I'll make sure that that's done. You can jump in, start exploring the different materials. If you want, type in crypto masterminds in the search bar, and you'll find all the different posts. There's a lot. We got a lot of information to wade through, so I'm sure you guys will be busy, but you can.
Yeah,
Like,
and Jordan, we can do a one-on-one session. We should pick like 20 and just give them a little briefing, like what does Canton do? What does XRP do? What does SUI do? What is HBAR? What is ISO 222? We can narrow them down a little bit.
yeah, we'll help whittle that down. Yeah, and we can definitely
Yeah.
do that in a video just to help other people as well. But yeah, there's lots to explore. If you find stuff that you see anything on the list that you're interested in, note it down. And when you talk to us next, bring it up and we can explain it more and kind of just point you in the right direction.
What's your feeling on the crypto market, Jordan? We're down. They got time. There's no hurry to.
Yeah, you got time. Michael's like, get it done now. It's the best time. I'm like, oh, crypto winners last for a while. But again, I just did a video today where I was talking about Deepin, and I was saying like, analysts, I see some analysts, they're saying end of March, we're good to go. Some people are like, it's not going to be October. And some people are like, it's going to be 2028. So that's the hard part. But that's why this is the best time to get into crypto, because people are so uncertain. They don't know what they want to do. But if you know, like the wealthy people know that crypto is going to be higher in 3 years. So they're putting money in now, maybe not all at once. There's dollar cost averaging where you have $1,000, you buy $100 every week for 10 weeks to try and get a better average price. But is it going to go up tomorrow or the next month? Probably not. Long term, yes. But so yeah,
I'm totally convinced that each of these, their 2000 investment is going to be way more than that in 6 months, in a year for certain. They'll have a time.
And we're also going to walk you through the tax aspect of that. We have a tax calculator, but we're really stressing the compliance side of crypto now, because for years everybody's like, no, it's a Wild West. No. I mean, people are getting like, the IRS is showing up at the door like, where's our money? And they're saying, I don't have it. We want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Yeah, I trust you. Ask Dick. I don't care if I have to pay $500,000 to the IRS if I still have $3.5 million in my bank account. I'm like, that's all right. That's the kind of outlook we want to have.
Yeah, I wrote a check last year to the IRS, not bragging, but I didn't know how to write a check that big. I'd never written a check that big, because you have to write 100,000, and there wasn't enough room. And I was happy to do that. Yeah, the IRS was happy to get that too. But you guys are gonna do really well. We're gonna have a really good time. We're gonna get to know you. It's not gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna seem overwhelming at first, but once you get your tokens picked and get it in now, we're not gonna go through the whole self-custody wallet. I mean, we can tell them about that, but that's not required. We're gonna trust Caleb.
We're gonna focus on Caleb Brown and the brokerage side of it. Trust me, once you get into crypto, you're like, I want some more of that crypto. So don't be surprised if in the future you're working extra just to have a little extra money so you can put more into crypto. And that's when we can definitely get into the self-custody. Do you want to explore DeFi? You want to be a DGen kind of a thing? We can get you further out into the waters. But for the points of this challenge and just to get you guys started, we're focusing on that money, being on the brokerage firm, but you can always expand out from there. And we're here to guide you through that if you need some help.
All right, Javier, good job. You won't be nervous next time.
Oh, thank you,
It's
Dick.
easy.
I appreciate
We're
it.
your friend. It's cool. Jack, thank you. Go do your studies. What are you studying?
Business
center.
management.
You told me that and I forgot it. Yes. All right. Very good. And Pearl, go do some Pilates. I'm going to
Oh,
go
I
do
will.
yoga this afternoon. I do
There you
yoga every
go.
day.
Good for you. Pilates
Yeah.
is a little bit different, but still good.
I've done Pilates. It kicked my rear end.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's good. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. We'll get together again soon and follow your steps. This is going to be a great adventure, a great journey. The road you travel is an unfamiliar one, but you're going to get to a good place. All right. Aloha, everybody. Thanks.
Aloha. Thank you.
Thank you.